Here's your sloppy meta pile. Extra sloppy. Now it's time for Replays with Dojo, the part of the show where Dojo comes out and watches your replays. So I have one in the spreadsheet, or in the replay form. So Skolopendra has a replay for us, and it is this 3-turn duel. If you have a replay, you can show me now. Otherwise, in the description is the replay thing. And then your replays will go on YouTube if they are good enough. Alright, Sam has a replay for us. Alright, use the flip. Skolopendra, our hero, has mismatched ghost bells. Bell, by the way, stops all 1-card Malice combos, but our opponent has the called by. And unfortunately, we cannot activate multiple bells in the same turn. The last 2 replays are indicative of your skill. Alright. Opponent is Malice comboing. TB11. TB11 does not mean trash player, but usually does. Normal summons Maxi into Red Ransom. Sure. Get out of here, Link Decoder. Don't need to see you. Okay. Opponent goes Hair. Resummons Ransom. Here's Chessie. Chessie banished Mirror. Love to see it. That is awesome. Opponent goes 6. Banish Hair. Reborn. Gets the hair back. Here's Splash Mage. Could that not have been an Apollo? Now he's Cyber's locked. EMZ Firewall, sure. Binder reset 6. Great. Access code. Okay. You could have done this the other way, so that Firewall still gets triangle linked. What a bozo. I think Skolopendra is just on Fiendsmith pile. Could be regular Bistiles. I haven't looked at the deck. Put Magnum back and draw a card. So here is Ether for the normals. And there's Moon for the Fiendsmith. Okay, we can send the Firewall. At that point, I probably would have 6'd to at least co-link Firewall and bounce it, but alright. Okay, opponent has a nip. That's why he's holding it. This deck is a fun concept. I don't have Lordly Loads or Ethers on this account. I have everything else. Alright, opponent calls by when we go for 6, and which is why you would do it during the main phase. So that you can chain Hair to dodge it. Because I believe he has a Hair in hand. Maybe not. He's used to it. Opponent didn't know the Branded Regained interaction. So if you're turn player, you activate, your Malice gets banished. You and your opponent both have a trigger effect. Simultaneous effects go on chain, so your Malice will activate as Chain Link 1 because you are turn player. You go on the chain first, and then your opponent gets to put their effect on the chain, which is regained, to put your Malice back in the deck. Then your Malice goes back to the deck and can't summon itself from banished because it's in your deck. What is Darkwing Duck? What is this? I cannot. We don't allow Evil Eyes here. This is some evil gameplay. Sure thing, Sam. Okay, doing some evil actions. Into Exegard. I did not expect that. Gonna be honest. Okay, opponent's also on Fiendsmith. Access code into Pisty versus tier with 16 cards in hand. I was not paying attention to what was banished. It completely depends on what he had banished. Opponent's trying really hard. Maybe we'll make her for 2 Cyber Jars. Or for 2 jars. We have Mimigul cards on the alt, but we have no Fiendsmith or Cash over there. Unicorn? What year is this? Big Evil Eye Link 3, sure. It was 16, that Grassy was not winning even if I passed. Okay. Very evil gameplay. I thought there was a Swarvis in here. You tricked me. You tricked me. Harpies. Opponent goes Rom. Or not Rom. Remus. A billion years ago when Master was new. Let's say this seems old. Durg. Get and drop Zephyros. Bounce the field spell. Rom. Rom get Glow. Glow get Mistleton. Tribute Mistleton. Equip Gaydurg. Summon summon Gaydurg. Get the rock. Pitch the rock. Summon the rock. A tomb. Tomb for another 6. For Redbed. Forgot about this. Use Gaydurg again. Get another Baby Rock. Discard the Baby Rock. Summon the Baby Rock. Synchro with Baby Rock. Savage. Union Carrier. Very nice. Love to see it. And then please tell me we make some Org. Is Pendulum interesting? Sometimes. Summon the level 8 Vajrayana into Bread Hair. Where is Samorg into Windlock? I mean, you're playing a Wind deck. Okay, we just gotta bait this. Monsters negate. Why did that fall off? Hunting Ground. Hunting Ground. I see. Like, what made it fall off? I thought it was a, like, in some equip effect problem. Okay, Bread Hair, negated. Pop your Rom, doesn't matter. Egotist, pop your field spell. Utopia, double kill him. Oh my goodness, he has an attack position, Link Monster. Are you just Kyogi? In for 9,000. Woo! That was a Kyogi replay. Kyogi special. This sure is sloppy. Here's your sloppy meta pile. Extra sloppy. Let's go. No UL cards. I was gonna say this must be pre-Fiendsmith, but here's a rising scale. So you're electing to not play Fiendsmith. We are just slapping all these cards on board. What happens if you get nibbed here? Summon 2 guys from deck. This is a Master 5 gameplay? Don't Gale Dogra because it's an insect. Jam Fever. This is like not an old thing. This is like a new thing you're doing with new cards. You've chosen to do this on purpose. AFD for Nightmare Throne. What decks are y'all playing for the event? I don't know. I've not even looked at them. Probably Sky Striker for the Link event. Okay, this is the play. Kirito, if you're still here, Pain Pop Spirit for Grave Squirmer. Summon UL from your deck. Summon Grave Squirmer. He had Throne, so he also gets the level 11. Okay, Yama. Sharbara. Link Rage. Summon Phantom. Cross Shape Reborn. Summon Elf. We're finally nib slated. Reborn our level 2 that we sent at the beginning of the turn. Pay 3k for a Swarvis. Summon Nat Beast. Alright. So he would have to, like, droplet send monster and trap card. So this is a Omni, because of this guy. Monster negate. Infinite spell negates. Monster negate. Monster negate. Pop a card on the field. And we can elf back this if we need to. So, yep. He's going to Bestial negate. I think we negate this. He max sees. We Phantom. He gets to peep at our extra deck. JK, if you're not looking at my extra deck. Beast the talents. Drill Beam. Beast the Drill Beam. Beast is not once per chain. Very funny. Alright, let's see what we've got here going on in rank. Opponent Lancias us, so we just pass. We Maxi. He calls by. We Lancia to protect it. Perfect. opponent... Is this Toy Box White Forest? Looks like yes. And then you get to send one of your toys for D-Bell Star. Speed this up. Druis is dead this turn. Sylvie into Tails, Elzette. Synchro Summon. What's our plan here? Okay, we just draw the nib. That's the plan. Deception Tribute, big token. Now we roll him. End on a Silk. And more Theolago anyways. Okay. Make a Baron. Yeah, I was thinking, what's your plan if he just kills you? But it doesn't matter, because he's just playing through it anyways. Extending. He's playing into Nib. Chaos Angel is not lethal. Okay, now we get to Malice with 1,000,000 cards in hand. Although we are very low on life. This is going to be fine, because we have 6. Decoder Reborn. Bow. Summon Kodo Soul for free, White Binder. Reborn Ransom, gain some life. Pay some life. Summon Binder. Set 6. Link 2 Link 3s into a Link 2. I agree with 6 still being the deck. People are trying to cut it, but I like it a lot. Eat Sylvia. Now we go Transcode. Cannot activate because we've summoned Apo. And I think Druis. Got a big chain. Maxi resolves. I feel like 6 comes up all the time. Is this a Cryptor? Terahertz. Banish Ransom, summon Ransom. Hera back. Sylvie. Attacks our guy. We're not dead. Keep negating the things from the graveyard. What was happening? Was this called by? I'm not sure what happened there. Sam has selected going first. He's drawn his Floodgate. Stygian Dirge is a situational Floodgate, but many decks in this festival are Xyz decks. Okay. Sam's going to immediately evac device the Mimighoul back to the opponent's hand. Goodbye, you can have that back. Don't want it. Not interested. Okay, we're gonna pop your field spell because the field spell is a searcher every single turn. And then the opponent does nothing else. We start with Extrav. We put it in the Daring Imperm column because our monster cannot be impermed. Okay, so our opponent has given us a slime. A slimy slime. Opponent summons Archfiend. We Torrential. Opponent's going to pick up their Archfiend again. But Torrential's still going to clear everything. And we get our token back, because Pacifist is a funny card. Opponent gives us the Archfiend now. I would have set the second Torrential for something like that. Like, if your opponent summons multiple times, more Torrentials. Same tries to get in for 2,000 again. Out pops Mimical Master, then setting itself. Okay, why did that negate the attack? I'm not sure what happened there that this attack stopped. Opponent turns things face up. Return Master to hand. We're gonna summon Master again, which gets a search now. We get to purge it from hand, and because we have traps in the graveyard, goodbye, Master. And opponent scoops. Very funny. Very funny, no effect gameplay. Alright, and Sam has one other replay. This one is a longer duel. So what is happening here? Sam goes first. He has duality. Demise of the Land, I believe, activates a field spell. When your opponent special summons, activate a field spell from your deck. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. Each time your opponent special summons a monster from the deck or extra deck, immediately draw one card. Okay. Legal. It is legal to chain Fuelos to pot a Duel. I don't advise it. Help someone build an Umi ISG deck, and it was a fun thinking session. There is a Cyber Dragon. Okay. And we get to pop it and Demise of the Land. Opponent Dark Holes our Mystery Shell Dragon, but that's okay. Pacifist will just replace it. And then we get Phantasma Spiral Power. Opponent summons a Cyber Dragon. We get to Impulse it. We have a trap card in the graveyard, so it negates and destroys. This deck is funny because you don't activate any monster effects, so you get to play Impulse and Purge with no downside, and you never have to set them. Opponent goes Chimera Tag Rampage. Is Trap Trick gonna save us here? Spiral Power. What does this one do? Loses 1,000 attack and negates its effects. So opponent goes Cyberload Fusion, and we chain Trap Check here to set the evac device. Evac device is a card that makes me smile. Okay, so he summons another Rampage Dragon, sure. That gets small and negated. This Rampage is going to activate. We bounce it. Goodbye. Is this forever? Until the end of the turn. So this will go back up to 21, and we can't attack over it. We need something else to do. Torrential Tribute is a good one. So our opponent is going to attack thrice. Sure. Doesn't kill us. Sets one. If they activate anything, we can Torrential. Or we could go Shell Dragon Torrential. Oh, this works on summoning Vanillas. So we can just get that. Destroy his monster. Okay, opponent's activating Core from the graveyard to summon another Core from the deck. Get a second battle. Tribute summon Cyber Dragon. We pop it with the battle. Goodbye. Draw an impulse. Get in for 4,000. And what do? They Regeki us, but we get the token replaced. And then we get a search. This deck is very funny, and I think almost no super or ultras, if you're curious. Both of the Dominus traps are, but you don't have to play those. I advise it. Okay, we top deck a Desires. Goodbye cards in deck. In for lethal. Woo! Alright, let me take a look at this deck, because this deck is funny if you've never seen it before. I can't copy it out of space. We won't take a look. This one is bugs, so we have new bugs. So, Sundry is a big bug fan. I don't know why. I walked into the office today. There was a bee on the inside of the glass. That bee did not live very many more minutes. Okay, opponent goes Lancia. Does anything in this deck even banish? Let's see. I'm not going to read these cards. So we get to see. Okay, search a Sting. It really bugs me how much Sundry loves this deck. Okay, that's a UR. I think I've dismantled a couple of those for the Malice stuff. That bee is so cute. Big guy. I didn't pull any of him. This bee is cute. It's like a robot. I'm not a fan. Okay, so we have the Monster Reborn guy. Opponent immediately starts with a Drill Beam. I don't know what this big guy does. Okay, set up Primite. Could be anything. It's probably Blue Eyes. Looks like Blue Eyes, because I was going to say because of the field and the sleeves. Blue Eyes players love to cosplay. Okay, opponent goes Seals into Typhon. Okay, legal. The yellow bee thing. Oh, this one. This one is cute, yes. We Heavy Storm, he Drill Beams. We Reborn our Link too, but he Chains Lancey again for no effect. I suppose you can't summon Doomdozer. Summon Atlas. Search this fella, which does something. You summon him by banishing 3, so we are stopped from summoning him. Ether comes back, because our opponent has Blue Eyes in the graveyard. Set another load. Reset Drill Beam, turn into Spirit. Spirit turns into Blue Eyes. This is why... Oh, Blue Eyes is big. Okay. I would have gone... Maybe he just doesn't have access to Wishes and Friends. He has no access to the Wishes stuff. Okay, we summon our Bear Grim. And it's gone. I've read this guy so many times, and I'm pretty sure he does nothing. But we summon a bug back and kill our opponent. Woo! Bugs better than solo Primite. So let's see what this big stinky earth pile is up to. Let me edit my replay. Opponent starts with a grass. What? Excuse me. Grass mill 3? Because our deck is... Okay. Okay. Sure. Legal. Partisan pops 7 cards. That is nice. Veiler this so it doesn't fusion. Opponent's gonna red to fuse with it now so that it does fusion summon again. I'm just gonna pretend like I know what the bugs do. Okay, opponent fusions again, Grand Guignol. These both trigger. Wrong chain links because you don't want this to get gammed. Although you don't know he's on Earth Pile, so I suppose that's fine. Earth Pile does usually play Gamma because it is one of the few hand traps they can't play. That's not true at all. They can play so many hand traps. I mean, they can't play spells and traps. They often neglect spells and traps because of Super Heavy Samurai, and thus then play Gamma. That's what I mean. The bugs Regeki or summon more bugs. Good to know. Opponent now summons Cart. Opponent's on a decent setup, although I don't know what Lubellion's still doing on the field. Opponent goes Maxi, and I did not check if Sundry wins or loses this duel, so let's see what he can do. Okay, Banish with Mirror Jade, goodbye. I think this needs to control a Super Heavy Samurai. It does, so that doesn't work. Star Source can now... Was that a Phantasme? Yes. Okay, he gets the Wagon. Wagon changed to Deef, and then get something. Opponent summoning Albaz now? Is he gonna fuse with this? No? Spoilers, Sundry. Okay, Scarecrow. Soul Piercer searches. Discard the Scales. Summon the Scales. Scales Reborns. Opponent is probably going for Quem here. I don't know why they summoned Albaz when they did. This is an ignition effect, right? Yeah, so they could have fused... They could have gotten rid of their Mirror Jade somehow. Fused with this? I don't know. Gallon Granite gets Block Golem almost 100% of the time. There it is. Sengen Jin is an Earth. Golem is an Earth Rock. Sundry messaged me very excited the other day that Block Golem can get... Or Block Dragon can get Golem here. Plus a 2 is exactly 8. Doom Dragon can push Mirror Jade back, which is a very, very funny form of removal. Because you control Mirror Jade, you can't summon another one. Okay, you get to search Fossil Lina here, which is very funny. This is rank 8, so is this Zombie Vampire? Sure is. Opponent is looking low on cards now, so he grasps because he wants to mill. How about we mill you the rest of the way, buddy? Sundry needs to summon 21 more times. He claims he can do it. Albaz to fuse now. We can quick... Okay, no, we don't play Stardust. He could just fuse with one of these. Or at least this one into Titanic Lead. Adamancipator hits a Guardian. Opponent Lancias now to stop Block Golem. We Baron. They've used one Lancia already with the Banish Fusion. There's the second one, so they have one more Lancia in deck, but we're probably going to use Block Golem multiple more times before that. Go get the original Big Benkei. Researcher Summon. Synchro Chenying. Banish Engrave. Opponent draws again. We get to banish some of their cards. Merc is going to trigger. Little does he know he's playing into our plan. You can have the card. Here's an IP. Draw a card. Opponent goes Phantasmate. Gonna draw a card. Put a card back. Summon Block Golem again. Apo now protects. I don't know what else he could have. Third Lancia. Water guy summons itself. Summon a thing. Summon a big, super heavy samurai. Sure. Summon Black Golem back. Attack with Apo. Booper tries to activate. We negate. Opponent goes Lancia now. Chain Saronir. And then what happened? Did they surrender? Sundry Wound 1 due to time limit. Very funny, because the opponent has to keep, like, denying triggers all the time. So, like, if he had that Saronir in hand, he had to keep clicking no on it. So our opponent goes first. Generator. Ted is on Ubel. I still ain't gonna read all the Ubel cards. I mean, the Generator cards. Or the Ubel cards. Neither of each. This is a very, very cool card. I believe it came out in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, because it came out with the Mechathana Beasts. And if you have the two of the level 3s and 2 tokens, you can make Enter Blathnir, which is a very cool card. You can also use Trishula as material for it. I would say rank 9s are underrated, but True King of All Calamities is not a fun card, and Enter Blathnir, when good, is not a fun card either. Okay, opponent is having lots of interaction, but now we get to Nightmare Pain. Okay, last card, Lotus for combo. Opponent has Skill Drain. Lotus still resolves. Crash and Hiri. Opponent takes... Oh my goodness, Skill Drain kills him! That is very funny. That is very funny. Skill Drain, because each of your monsters can only attack once, but the Ubels, when destroyed, summon a guy, and with Skill Drain, they can be destroyed by battle. And Nightmare Pain reflects the damage. Very, very funny. That is not something I've seen before. Teletubby Ted saw that, and he went for it. Okay. Teletubby Ted is now on Tenpai, it seems, and has selected going second. Opponent is on Infernoid. Thank you. I agree. I was going to say second Tron, but he goes for Ash. Okay, we have a Magnemite to interact, but the deck is mostly fire monsters, so maybe we can hit IP or Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith would work. Okay, opponent goes. Okay, Decatron is back. Okay, sends Decatron. Sequence. What is his sequence of monsters? Okay, this is currently a monster negate, so we'll tribute itself. Negate and banish Magnemite. Like, very, very weak to Nibiru or another piece of interaction. But legal. Now opponent goes Apollo. End phase. Alright, we have a destructible Apollo. And Desiree. Nothing in grave pops out. Opponent does have Mexi. We Ash. They Apollo. So he uses up one Apollo. We can Regeki. Desiree will negate. Now we can just go for Tenpai and kill him. I don't think you needed to do it in that order, because you still lose to Ash Blossom. Okay, Hita here. Oh, we have multiple Kaimens. You can only activate one, so it's been used. Hita for Genroku is one of my favorite things. It's very funny when it happens. Okay, now we're starting the Tenpai chain. Here's Biden. Biden Reborn. Kill your guy. Reborn my guy. Attack for 52. How do you find the last points of damage? Seals? You don't. Okay. You misclicked. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Hydra, bite off his balls. Imagination fuse from deck for 1,000,000 material tiara. Lacrima tiara. Oh my goodness. Tiara activate. Opponent send thing from extra deck to graveyard. I'm at 1,100 life points, and my opponent sends a Lacrima. Burn for 1,200. 1,100 minus 1,200 is 0.